Made American Breakdown cheese dip using New Zealand ingredients. Look at that.
Honestly, when y'all first asked me if I can make some rotel, I was like, how do y'all even know what this is? I didn't even know people in New Zealand knew what rotel was. Before we get started, I want to say we are using New Zealand ingredients, meaning we're not using Velveeta cheese, which is generally used. It's just not available here in New Zealand. And nobody wants to stress about trying to find it. I want to use ingredients that everyone has access to or that can easily be found in the stores. So with that being said, we won't be using Velveeta and we won't be using the rotel tomatoes and chilies. We're going to be making our own today. For the rotel tomatoes, I just have a bowl here. Have my handy dandy well-used cutting board as well. Take some fresh tomatoes, slice those, and you just want to get rid of the insides. Don't want them for the sauce that we're going to make just because you don't want to have all the seeds in there. Once you've done that, you'll have a bunch of tomatoes that look like this. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm using 3 tomatoes for the amount that I'm making. We'll go ahead and dice those up. Once you've chopped up your tomatoes, they should look like this, just nice and diced. We'll go ahead and chop up our chilies for this as well. When we buy rotel back home, it usually comes with the chilies in it. If you don't like spice, you don't have to put the chilies in. For this, I'm using the large green chilies. That's what they look like. We do like our spicy, so I'm just gonna go in with 2 of these, take the top and the bottom off. Basically, just want to go in and remove the guts. Take all of that out. It should look like that once you've taken it out. You just go in, dice it. If you are using chilies, just go ahead and add them to the bowl. And then we're just going to add the juice of half a lime, salt, pepper, cumin powder, onion powder, garlic powder. Take a spoon and stir that up. This is what we have. We're just going to pop it on the stove. I've added this to the pan, set the stove to high. I'm just going to go in and add a bit of water to help those cook down. It'll help the tomatoes soak up all the flavor, and it also balances out the taste of everything. Once it starts to look like this, where everything has pretty much cooked down, you can go ahead and take it off the heat. And this is what it will look like. Now that that's sorted, we'll go ahead and get started on the dip itself. We need this Edam or Edam cheese and the mild cheese. I'm using the Pans brand. These are the 2 that I would recommend using because they're the closest to what you would get to the Velveeta taste and the overall taste of the rotel. If you want to use something else, can't promise you it's going to taste the best. And I'm also going to be using some cream cheese. So you'll just throw your mince into a pan to cook that up and then season. So garlic powder, onion powder, regular paprika, smoked paprika, cumin, pepper, and salt. Let that all cook down. Once that's all cooked up, I like to go in and just drain a little of the grease out, which I've already done off camera. I do personally like to leave a little of it in the pan. Go in with that cream cheese, a little over a half a block of that. While that's cooking down, I go in and add some cream. Once it starts to look like that, I'll just go in with equal parts of those 2 cheeses that we have. However much of the mild cheddar that you use, you want to add equal amounts of the Edam or Edam cheese. Cook that down while all that cheese melts in there. Go in and add in your tomatoes and peppers. Stir those up in there. Get that extra creamy flavor that we're going for. We'll go in with some sour cream. Just mix all of that in there. This is what it'll look like once everything is done. We'll go ahead and plate that up. This is what it'll look like. I had to FaceTime my mom, y'all. And I was like, Mom, your girl made some rotel and I used New Zealand ingredients. She was so proud. So shout out to her. And of course, we're going to have Mitchell to come and give it a try.
Let's give it a try. This is different. I've never tasted anything like this one before. No, that's really nice. Man, look at that.